Hey, I'm Sam and I Do Design, and in the video today, I have hit 25,000 YouTube subscribers, and to celebrate, I'm doing a Q&A. I posted to my Instagram stories that I'm doing a Q&A over on YouTube, so thank you to everybody on Instagram who have asked me a question. I don't think I'll be able to get through them all today, but I've got 4 or 5 that I've got lined up that we're going to answer right now. So let's hop straight into it. And the first question we have is, how did you build your online presence? Now, I actually have a YouTube video dedicated to exactly this topic, and it goes through each and every step that I was doing every time I posted when I first started Instagram. That was probably around 2016 or 2017 that I started. So it's been quite a while that I've been doing that. But the main point is engage with the community, keep commenting on other people's posts, like posts, and try to build a community, not by just commenting saying top 100 amazing, but really engaging. Like, I like how you did this. How did you get this done? Maybe you should try this, and really try and engage. Once you have that community of people, then you can start sharing each other's work. You can start talking to more and more people, and eventually the channel is going to grow naturally. So go and check out that video if you want to go and find out more information about that. Next, and I get this a lot, I get this question so often, Mac or PC to be an industrial designer. Now, I am an Apple fanboy. I've always sketched on my iPad Pro. That's what started my Instagram channel. That's what started my YouTube channel. I have a MacBook Pro. And honestly, for industrial design, they're not that great. MacBook Pros are not great, or the Mac system is not amazing. None of the programs work. There's always crashes, always bugs. Keyshot has got an awful interior mode bug at the moment. And they just don't know how to fix it, which is partly why I haven't done many Keyshot tutorials recently. So actually, even though I am such an Apple fanboy, I have been thinking about moving over to Windows. Strangely enough, for the stability improvements. It seems so strange saying that about a PC. But look, yeah, whichever you go for, just know that it's an investment for the next 4, 5, 6 years. Do your research. What programs do you need? Can you get around it using different programs? I've been using a lot of Fusion 360 at the moment instead of SolidWorks on my home projects. I've been using a lot of Shaper 3D on the iPad. I can go and 3D model out and about everywhere. So really try and do the research and think about what programs you might need. Do you need the biggest, most powerful computer if you're a student? I would say just go for whatever your budget allows you to, but never go over your budget. That's really important. Don't think that you need the biggest, most amazing CPU and GPU to get work done. You can get some great work done, but it's just going to be a little bit slower if you have the budget options. But I always get it as well for rendering on my machines, and what are my specs for rendering in Keyshot. As if that makes a better render. It really doesn't make any renderings better. It just makes them faster. And not even with like working, it only makes the final render bake faster, right? So I can just queue up a whole bunch and then just queue everything overnight. And I don't need to worry about not having the 3080 or whatever the new GPU is called. So yeah, go for your budget, but never go over that. Next question, how do you split tasks in design teams? Now, I am very lucky that I am a junior designer and I don't really have to make those decisions. But honestly, it's pretty natural compared to like who does what. Like, I personally enjoy rendering. Someone else might really enjoy doing some engineering stuff. So it all comes down to what are the strengths in the team, what just makes sense for people to do, what are people interested in, and it almost just kind of falls into place. Obviously, there are some tasks that just need to get done, like making presentations, put it in research and stuff like that. And that needs to be done by everybody, so that helps as well when everybody chips in. But yeah, I think that will be a question that I can answer more in the future when I start to actually manage people instead of being a team member that's being managed, which is my position at the moment. Next question. Everybody's process changes a bit after graduating. How have you changed and adapted to it? I completely agree. I think university is a place where people like first learn about process. And then after that, it's when you actually have to put that learning into action. And you start to see where you can cut corners. You start to see if you do things over and over and over again, where you can refine your process. And you can see where you can start to improve your process as well. So I think when people graduate university, they know the theory of the process. Previously, I've spoken about the double diamond technique from the British Design Council. And that's something that I still do now. It's very much, divergent, convergent thinking. I've got a whole video about that. I can link it if you want to find out more about the theory of design process. But once you graduate and you actually start doing it instead of reading about it, it's obviously going to change. And that happens, that's fine. It's just trying to adapt as fast as possible. It also depends on the company that you work for as well. So every company is going to work slightly differently. It's going to have a slightly different system. Some might use the double diamonds, some might use other methods. So it's really going to depend on how you want to adapt your process to fit within a company as well. And it's that adaptability that's really going to help you land jobs in the future too. Next question. Big fan, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Question is, how do you choose a field and college for a master's degree? I've said this about master's degrees before, but I have never done a master's degree, so I'm not the best person to ask. I graduated with a bachelor's and I went straight into a job. A few of my friends went in to do master's degrees, and from what I could tell, a master's degree is amazing if you want to slightly change or even quite a lot change the career path that you want to go down. So for example, I had friends on my industrial design course who then went into interior design or design marketing, business design, things like that. And it's just like a parallel sector. A master's was great to be able to relearn the skill or change the skills that you know. In terms of actual design itself, I would argue that it's probably better to try and get a job faster and learn on the job, understand that you're going to be, stressful and jumping in at the deep end. I understand that, but learning on the job for me in particular has been really helpful. And I understand that people learn differently. I learn best when I'm doing the thing that I'm learning about. And I know that that happens on a master's degree as well. But when you're working for a team with senior designers and people that you can learn from that have been in the business for 20, 30 years, personally, that's what's really helped me. So I would say a master's is not critical to getting a better design job. It's just all about how you learn better. So absolutely, if you want to learn from people at the same sort of level as you, and you can experiment and it's a safe space. If you do something wrong, the project's not at risk, then absolutely a master's, go for it. But in terms of choosing the field, I would say that it is down to what you're interested in most. Master's is a time for you to really specialize in what you want to be learning and what you want to be outputting as a designer. So it's just pick your most passionate point is the advice that I would have for that. Nobody else can tell you what that is. If you want to specialize in interiors, graphics, industrial design, engineering, like anything, now is the time to really specialize. And then off the back of that, you can then refine the actual university that you want to go to. So for example, off the top of my head, because I know some people that go there, the Royal College of Art in London is great for a master's program, and it's a very artistic university. So you might not go there for a hardcore engineering master's, where you might go there for something a little bit more experimental. So once you've figured out the niche that you want to go into, once you've figured out your passion and you want to pursue that in the future, that is when you can start to refine the university. That goes for not only masters, but also the university for bachelors as well. Every university is going to be on a scale of experimental and artistic, all the way down to engineering and maths. And wherever you want to sit on that scale, It's going to depend on the university that you choose to go to. So that would be my advice for that one. Next question, how do you find an internship, especially in these times? Yeah, my heart goes out to everybody graduating right now. My heart goes out to everybody looking for an internship right now. I understand that it is so difficult. I was looking for a job at the tail end of 2019. I managed to land a job and get employed at Leia, which is where I work now, at the very beginning of 2020, like January the 1st or something, like so early on. It was before everything kicked off, and I honestly feel so lucky, because if I was looking for a job still now, I understand it's tough. So my advice would be, don't be disheartened by a no. Don't be disheartened by no reply at all. Take it in your stride. Every job application is practice. Every job application, you should be learning something new. And in the meantime, keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied. There's all of the design tasks, the weekly challenges on Instagram. Personally, I think there are too many now. It's a little bit overwhelming. But, keep yourself sharp and maybe work on some longer term projects for yourself. Maybe it doesn't necessarily need to be one a week. Maybe it could be a 2 or 3 month project. And if you get hired within those 2 or 3 months, amazing, that's great. But to have something that you can be working on and be proud of in that time when you're receiving rejections, trust me, I know, I've been there. I applied to so many places to get my first internship. I applied to so many places that I don't even know how many. Went to even less interviews, and don't forget, you only need one job offer. So just know that everybody's in the same boat. Even people that you think might walk into a job and find it easy to get a job, don't be disheartened because you're not walking into a job, is what I'm trying to say. I don't mean to be doom and gloom. I'm trying to be a little bit uplifting. Keep at it, keep pushing, and you will find somewhere. Don't forget that you're not trying to be employed. You're also trying to find the right place to work as well. So if you get turned down from anywhere in particular, it's probably because you wouldn't enjoy working there anyway. That's the way that I like to see it. And if you do go for an interview, don't forget that you are interviewing them as well. So make sure you have all your questions ready to give them questions as well at the end of the interview, because you want to find the best job that you enjoy working at. It's not just about getting a job, it's about finding a place that you enjoy working at. So yeah, keep at it. It's fine. It's all going to be fine. I'm hoping, I'm willing it to be fine. And if we all have enough willpower, then it will be so. Is it strange to transition to an interior visualization from a product design degree? No, absolutely not. It seems pretty damn common, if you ask me. I've just started my new Instagram page, Sam Does Interiors, where I'm doing interior visualization in Keyshot, which is tricky to say the least, especially with all the Mac glitches that it has at the moment. But look, the main point of an industrial design degree is to train your mindset to think as an industrial designer. Sure, the hard skills come with it as well. The sketching, the rendering, the prototyping, the research, the evaluation, all of that comes with it. But it's, at the end of the day, the degree is there for a mindset. It's there to give you a way of thinking. And when you can apply that way of thinking to other fields, then I would say you're probably already at an advantage for the people who don't necessarily have that background. So you can bring something new to the table. I've really enjoyed doing interior rendering, and I think I'm going to carry on doing it. It's really helps me relax even. It's kind of like playing Sims, but in ultra realistic, high definition results. So yeah, I enjoy building up those spaces and being able to be in a nice interior that I haven't had a chance to actually visit myself. I really enjoy doing that. So I don't think it's strange. Make sure you build up a portfolio of existing use cases and existing projects that you can use to get more jobs. But that might just mean doing work for yourself for a little bit more time, which is, again, no shame in that whatsoever. Okay, so the next question is, do you really need a degree to be an industrial designer? I think that mindset is changing, particularly in people my age. I'm still a relatively young designer. I'm still a junior designer at work. And personally, I think that it is possible if you are so driven to learn industrial design without a degree. I know it's possible. I know people that have done it. However, the mixing pot of experiences, backgrounds, new designers, new teammates, and everything that happens while you're at university, learning to work with teams, learning to bounce ideas off teams, and don't forget also building a network, which when we're talking about finding a job, a network is pretty damn important. Going to university you can't replicate that without going. So there are, sure, you can learn how to do the CAD modeling and how to fillet something and how to do surface modeling. You can learn how to do the research and the analysis and the user journey of how the product is going to be used. You can do all of that without going to university. But the experience of social design and bouncing ideas off each other, I know is going to be pretty hard to replicate. So look, I know that for a lot of people, university is very expensive. In the UK, it seems like it's quite different to the rest of the world. I'm thinking America in particular. A lot of my audience is American. So in the UK, all of our degrees are offset by the government, and we take a loan out as long as our parents don't earn $1 billion or whatever it is, £1 billion. We can take a loan out and we don't actually have to spend a penny to go to university. We just take the loan out. The loan is a special type of loan that doesn't affect your credit score or make you seem bad for applications to mortgages and things like that. Sure, it's £9,000 per year. I know that in America it's like 50 grand a term or something. It's like a lot of money, but in the UK, £9,000 a year. Degrees last 3 or 4 years. And depending on the money status of your family, you can also apply for extra money on top of that degree for spending money like on housing and food and things like that. All of that being said, that means that I am now in, I think, along with all the interest rates and stuff as well, which by the way, don't start after you graduate, but start on your first day of term. So by the time you graduate, you've already got 4 years of interest on the debt. I'm in about £50,000 of debt at the moment. If I don't pay that back by the time that debt is 30 years old and it gets written off, I don't pay it back until I start earning a certain threshold. And even then, it's all dependent on how much I earn, depending on how much I pay back. So for me, as someone in the UK, going to university in the UK, it made sense for me to go. But I completely understand that it is very expensive for a lot of people, which is why I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to say, hey, this is what I learned at university. This is what I learned in my job, and telling you. I'm really trying to do that. So in the comments down below, let me know what else you would like to know about that you think I'm keeping a secret that I've learned from university and from working as well. Because I don't know what people need to know, you know? Once you tell me, then I'm more than happy to tell you. So yeah, let me know. That's what I hope I'm doing, trying to be a little bit more transparent about the industry as a whole. What was the question? About needing to go to university? So maybe my goal for this channel is to mean that nobody needs to go to university. That would be pretty cool if I could give that away for free. So yeah, but in the meantime, before I've done all those lessons and covered everything in a curriculum, it's all about self-learning or going to university to learn that. So again, everybody learns different. Whatever's going to suit you better. Cost is a big issue, I know. So do your thing. Don't let me tell you what to do. Don't let designers tell you what to do. If you want to start your own business and run it on your own and learn on the way, then absolutely go for it. Yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, so that is all the questions that I'm going to answer today. There is plenty more over on Instagram. Thank you so much for sending them in. I just don't have the time to answer them all, but I'm going to do more of these sessions if you found it useful. If you have any more questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to hang out in the comment section for a little while and try and answer them. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell button and everything else that YouTube asks you to do. Thank you so much for 25,000 subscribers. I'm going to start the countdown to 100,000, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.